Well, it's consistent booking. It's consistent storylines. You have to be able to tell stories week in, week out, and then give a big payoff at your pay-per-view events. I also think a lot of people are not looking at this and when we're talking about the state of All Elite Wrestling. I understand that Warner Bros. Discovery wants them to increase pay-per-view events, and I understand that Tony Khan wants to increase pay-per-view events, but we are in a different world right now. You have to look at it like this. AEW is a television company. They do not do house shows. While, yes, you are charging $49.99 per pay-per-view event, and you have gone from 4 pay-per-view events, Double or Nothing, All Out, Full Gear, Revolution, then adding Forbidden Door, and now we have the Dynasties, and we have the All Ins, and now we have World's End, and all these other pay-per-view events. And they're going to add more. I think it's ironic that the more pay-per-view events they take on and they ask people, okay, will you pay $49.99 seemingly, every month? I think that's also been a challenge. And I think the fact that AEW has 3 weekly television shows is not helping as well. And I understand that some of you will say, well, no one's watching Rampage. Yeah, but it's still on. And you could say, well, not a lot of people are watching Collision, and it's like they're doing okay for that show on a Saturday night. But still, it's hurting AEW because I think there is a burnout with the audience. There's so much wrestling going on right now. I heard Andrew Zarian of the Mat Men podcast say this, and I thought it was brilliantly said, where if you are a wrestling fan, not a WWE fan, or an AEW fan, and you don't like to watch any other product, by the time that you get to Wednesday night, let's say you watch Monday Night Raw, let's say you watch all 3 hours, let's say you watch NXT, you watch all 2 hours. Heck, let's just say you pick and choose what you watch on those 2 programs. By the time that you get to Dynamite, you may have had your fill and you won't watch Dynamite. Or let's say you watch Raw and NXT and Dynamite, regardless of the duration. Then you have to watch SmackDown. Are you really going to want to watch Rampage? Are you really going to want to watch Collision? Right? Just those 2 promotions alone. We're not talking about ROH. We're not talking about TNA. We're not talking about New Japan. We're not talking about MLW. We're not talking about anybody else. I think that's also hurting AEW as well in their ratings. I could be wrong. I could be right. But I think that is a major factor in this. Let me know down in the comments area below. What do you think? Do you think MJF would be the savior of AEW? And I will see y'all in the next video.